How was Frida Kahlo's art received during her lifetime? If you're curious about how Frida Kahlo's art was received during her lifetime, you're about to uncover a fascinating story of both acclaim and challenges. When Frida Kahlo was alive, her work was often overshadowed by her husband, Diego Rivera, who was a highly acclaimed artist in Mexico. Despite this, Kahlo's unique style and personal story began to gain attention, particularly in the late 1930s. One of the critical turning points in her career was her first solo exhibition at the Julian Levy Gallery in New York in 1938. This exhibition was arranged by André Breton, the father of Surrealism, who saw great potential in Kahlo's work. The show was a success, with half of the 25 paintings sold, and it received positive reviews from art critics. However, some critics adopted a condescending tone, describing her paintings as having the daintiness of miniatures and the playfully bloody fancy of an unsentimental child. Kahlo's next major exhibition was in Paris in 1939, but it did not receive the same level of attention as her New York show. The exhibition at the Renew et Colli Gallery faced several issues, including the gallery's refusal to show all of her paintings due to their perceived shock value. Despite these challenges, the Louvre purchased one of her paintings, the frame, making her the first Mexican artist to be featured in their collection. Throughout the 1940s, Kahlo continued to participate in exhibitions in Mexico and the United States. She also worked as an art teacher at the Escuela Nacional de Pintura, Escultura y Grabado, known as La Esmeralda, where she encouraged her students to appreciate Mexican popular culture and folk art. Her health issues, however, made it difficult for her to commute, so she began teaching at her home, La Casa Azul. Kahlo's financial situation improved slightly in the mid-1940s when she received a national prize for her painting Moses, and when the two Fridas was purchased by the Museo de Arte Moderno in Mexico. By this time, her paintings were featured in most group exhibitions in Mexico, and she could sell her work even before it was completed. Despite these achievements, Kahlo's work was often viewed through a narrow, gendered perspective by the male-dominated art world. Her themes of bodily pain, emotional struggle, and feminine identity were sometimes relegated to the personal or domestic sphere rather than being recognized for their universal resonance. In summary, Frida Kahlo's art during her lifetime faced a mix of recognition and challenges. While she gained significant attention and acclaim, especially in the late 1930s and early 1940s, her work was also overshadowed by her husband's fame and misunderstood by some critics. Nevertheless, her unique style and personal story have left a lasting impact on the art world.